Hey all, welcome back to my channel. We're going to be talking about a few updates I've made. You may have been following some of the teaser images I posted. So I finally get to show you guys some of those things in the game, and they're great. Let's hop in. First, I want to start with some of the UI updates. First is I have, thanks to someone, I'm sorry I forgot exactly who, but it was brought to me in my in Discord in the Clash Ninja channel that there's a specific font that they used in the Revolution games and also in Storm, so I was able to get that. I think it's Ragi or something like that. So I've updated everywhere that I can to use this font now, just like the original games. I've also added in a new setting here for performance, so you guys have seen some of the performance specs I've been showing in the most recent videos. So I'll now give you the option if you want to turn that on. It'll default to off, but if you want to see how your computer is running the game, you're welcome to do so. But yeah, have updated the fonts all across the game where applicable instead of using a basic Arial font. I've also updated the naming scheme for all the characters. So now all the names are more accurate. For example, in the character selection specifically as well. So like Sasuke, Taka Sasuke, you have Sharingan Sasuke, Tournament Gekitou, so the names will match the actual outfit. And even if you were to go into, like, let's say, let me pick some of Sasuke's outfits. So if we were to pick a few of his, hold on, what outfits do I want? I want this Sasuke's outfits. Anyway, if I were to pick this and go into here, it'll actually show the outfit at the bottom. Where the outfit's referenced from. I may add this into the main menu, like the character select as well. Let me know if that's something you guys are interested in, if you think it's worth having an outfit in the character select. I think that's overkill on the information given about a character in character select, but if you do go into the character viewer and select characters, it will now show the outfit's name. Anyway, that's the boring stuff. Let's get into the exciting stuff. I'm going to select team battle so I can show you multiple characters at a time. We're going to start, I guess we'll just work our way top down. So we'll start with Naruto and Sage Mode Naruto. Let's just do the Narutos actually. So we'll do Kid Naruto, Adult Naruto, and Sage Mode Naruto, and we'll do Sasuke as well, why not? Sasuke, Shippuden Sasuke, and Taka Sasuke. I've added in just 3 generic test stages. We've been in the valley stage all this time. I'll show you some new stages. We will start off in the desert.
Begin.
Alright, so I've also updated the UI all across the board. You'll see, I'll try to click around. You'll see up here, I've added in, it's just weird with short names having titles like PTS, but it's just necessary because some characters will have forms and you need to know what form the character's using. So I just added in a lot up here. A lot of the HUDs will have a separate spot, whether above or below the actual name where they'll have the title. It may look out of place, but again, characters are going to have forms. The only time you'll ever see a permanent number here is for like the kids to showcase the pre-time skip variants. But it'll usually only be there if they're in an upgraded form. Anyway, so let's talk about the forms. So there'll be 2 kinds of forms, a quick transformation and a strong transformation. Like a full awakening. So PTS Naruto at the moment can only use a full awakening. So if I press 4X, he will go into 9-tailed mode with the burst and FX and all of that. Yeah, and I've only got I haven't done the cloaks yet and the textures for all of that, so I just got his regular 9-tailed version. He of course will get the 1-tailed cloak as well as an additional form from here. But in terms of the initial unlock, he can go into 9-tailed. Regular Naruto is the exact same. Again, he will be able to do 1-tailed, 3-tailed, 4-tailed, and 6-tailed within one character. But for now, I've just got 9-tailed version in for now. I don't even actually know if a base 9-tailed Naruto, like without a tail, is playable or worth making playable. But again, he will get this will actually become OTK and 3TK Naruto. But for now, yeah, he just to show he can transform, it's there. And then you have Sage Naruto. Sage Naruto actually has a quick transformation. So this is not a full awakening, it's just to turn on Sage mode. And you can actually turn it off too. so you can turn on or off Sage Mode. Now, once I actually develop the game, he will not be able to turn it off. That's not how it works. The idea is when you activate Sage Mode, you'll summon a Shadow Clone, it'll replenish your chakra, and then that chakra is a ba. Your moveset will now incorporate Rossing, just like it did in SP, and then when it runs out, your Sage Mode will deactivate automatically, just like it did in the show. But for the sake of getting the transformation mechanics in the game, I just went on and gave it to him just for fun for now, to be able to just activate and also turn off. But it doesn't have any special properties right now. But just for funsies, for now, until I get to that moveset, you can turn on and off the Sage Mode. I will turn on P2. I also added in a new mirror set. So mirror basically mirrors your movements exactly, left and right, based on where you are. Mirror with LR invert will make you move like this. So back is back for both characters, just so I can get some screenshots like them transforming at the same time. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yay. Anyway, the reason I wanted to show you guys Sasuke is because I mean, that's kind of awkward. When I transform as Sasuke, if I tap it, he'll do a he'll do a quick transformation just to open up his Sharingan, and you can deactivate that as well. And if you hold down the button, that's when he'll do a full awakening into the curse mark, which Shippuden Sasuke cannot undo the curse mark. Regular Sasuke, same thing. You can turn on Sharingan now. Oh, and yeah, eyes glow. For Ocular Jutsu, the eyes glow now. And it's super cool. Just to show that your Sharingan is active. I think this is a little bit more accurate than the electricity. I know the Clash of the Games have traditionally done electricity, and maybe I'll electricity at some point, but specifically, Sharingan actually has glowing eyes. That's canon from the anime. You'll see in multiple fights with Sasuke and Madara using Sharingan, their eyes will start to glow a little bit, and it may even leave a trail to show that they're using Ocular Jutsu. So I went with that approach in here and just made it create a trail. And same thing if you hold, you can open up your curse mark, and Shippuden Sasuke can control curse mark, so he can turn it off. But anyway, yeah, and then finally is the Shippuden Taka Sasuke. He obviously can't go curse mark, but he still gets two forms. He gets a regular Sharingan mode, because he does use base Sharingan, and which can be turned on and off. And then if you hold it in any form, you'll open up Mangekyo. And look at his portrait at the top. It's actually different. So he has base eyes, Sharingan eyes, and then Mangekyo eyes, and they're more intense. And still the glow's still there. I'm debating if I'll actually include a Mangekyo Sharingan awakening like it is now, but just wanted to show some characters that can do both. And Sage Naruto will actually be able to do both as well. He will have Sage Mode as a quick transformation, and then he'll also have KCM 1 if you press and hold, just like Sasuke has regular Sharingan, and then if you hold it, he'll do full transformation to Mangekyo. Same thing with Naruto, I just don't have KCM's model done, so obviously why would I include a KCM transformation if Naruto's not in KCM mode? But he will eventually be able to hold and go into KCM, and that's how it'll work with characters that have multiple forms. Tap for a quick one, hold for the long one. We've talked long enough about them. We'll move into some other characters that have fun things. Like, let's go ahead and use the supporting cast. Hinata, Lee, and Neji. And I'll just use their kid counterparts as well, just for fun. Actually, no, I won't. I will use some other characters. Let's go with, I guess my guy. Let's do Jiraiya, and we can do Itachi. Actually, here's what I'll do. Yeah. Why not? We'll try them out on stage.
Begin.
Okay, as I've already kind of announced, Hinata and Neji now have base forms and Byakugan forms, and these actually do, yeah, they get the glowing eyes as well to show that they're using Byakugan Ocular Jutsu. These actually have unique properties already in. First is they can use Gentle Fist. As you see here, when they fight, they use Gentle Fist. This actually depletes your chakra. This one was relatively easy to add when your Byakugan is active. Basically, when Byakugan is active, any attack that uses the hands, aka a palm, even if it's a dummy moveset, will drain chakra, because that's how Byakugan works. You strike chakra points. Let me turn off chakra recovery, and you'll see that in action. So obviously not every attack takes, and any regular attack that doesn't use the hands will still regain chakra. And that's because she's using dummy movesets. Obviously when you develop her moveset, most of her attacks will use her hands for obvious reasons. But now if you see just the first 2 punches, they're draining his chakra because she's using Gentle Fist. And just the effect looks amazing. I will go to Neji, who can do the same thing. Oh, I gotta slow down for some reason. Anyway, oh yeah, this stage kind of sometimes causes slowdowns. I found out that like the background having all these textures, like specifically, yeah, anyway, background, I'm learning more about optimization with 3D environments, and all the mountains back here, having that texture duplicated this many times apparently can cause slowdowns. As you can see, the frame rate's kind of everywhere. Anyway, that's just more for optimization when I start building the Leaf Village. There will never be a situation where I'm having a mountainous terrain like this. But anyway, despite that, the game's still running pretty great most of the time. As you can see, it's still averaging over 60 frames per second, which is great, even with all the textures and the slowdowns. Anyway, this is Gentle Fist, and Lee also can open up his gates, which is a full full awakening. The other 2 are transformations that turn off. This is permanent, obviously, and I added in the glow for his fists and feet, and it looks fantastic. And of course, the same would be for the other people. And his aura's blue because he's the blue beast, but his fists do also change. Itachi, same as Sasuke basically. You can do a quick awakening for the Sharingan, or you can hold and go into, you need 25% for transformations and 50% for full awakening. I need chakra recovery on. And if you hold, then you can open up your Mangekyo Sharingan, and also it's just more intense. Yay! And he has the glowing eyes! And you can turn it off, yeah. Dry is the same as Sage Naruto. Oh, that was a weird, I don't know why he T-posed. But yeah, Dry can also go into Sage mode. But no special features, just he turns on Sage mode. Yep. Anyway, yeah, that's the majority of it. Let me go to some battles just so you guys can watch a little bit of gameplay for closing thoughts. Well, yeah, I'll cover that in another video. I want to talk a little bit about free roam, but I'll cover that in another video. Let me just do a few spectators. We'll just do a stamina classic. And we will let Naruto fight Sasuke if they do anything interesting. Oh yeah, I added in, here actually, before I go into here, I did add in a few new outfits while I was doing this, because I figured, why not? It really needs to be in there for consistency. This will let you see all of them. So we know that Sasuke only wears a headband in some of his outfits. So when I was doing second state Sasuke, I just made him always wear a headband, which was kind of weird when you go from no headband to a headband suddenly. So I recently went on and added Curse Mark Sasuke without a headband. And it's kind of cursed, but yeah, it's there. Yeah. So now the headband will match the outfit that you're playing as. Yeah, anyway, just wanted to let you guys know I added that. And we will... Actually, we'll let them fight in those outfits. Classic. They're Ninja Academy outfits. And we'll let you guys fight. And I'm really liking this desert stage. Anyway, yeah, we'll just watch a little bit of gameplay. Because why not? See how the frame rate handles it, see if they do any transformations. The effects have been tweaked. I'm trying to tweak them as I come up with them, just to make improvements where I can without spending too much time on them. I've spent way too much time on effects already. Yeah, animated HUD, updated. Look at the portraits turning red, vibrating. Show the hit stun. Come on, someone transform. Use a Sharingan in QB mode. if you guys couldn't tell in the background, those are actually the other 2 stages. This is the desert. I'm going to add 2 more test stages. I just want to add test stages for now, just so I have a little bit of variety when I'm showing you guys gameplay. These are not hard to make at all. This one took me, the desert and the mountain together, took me maybe 1 to 2 hours, like total. Actually with tweaking, maybe 3 hours, because I've been tweaking it here and there. Working on performance actually. So I was noticing frame dips. But like, look at this, even with all these details and all these textures and the rendering in the background, it's still running well over 90, well not well, but it's running over 90 frames per second. And again, the target here is to maintain 60 frames per second at all times, or higher, and we are absolutely still achieving that. Again, maybe not on Royale, but I'm definitely achieving that in 1v1. When I'm not recording, I can usually get 144, or close to it. So yeah, it's still running pretty decent. Now let's just transform it. I love watching computers fight. It's just so interesting seeing the decisions they make. They're so careful. You see, there's a slowdown, but like, I don't know what would cause that. I'm thinking maybe there could be something with the effects. Not the effects themselves causing the slowdown, but maybe like the transparency, when it's got to render transparent effects on top of a very complex background. Like I told you, the game doesn't always like how many times the terrain that I'm using for all the hills, it uses a tile texture. And just Unity's not really great at that kind of stuff. For a map this big, only using terrain, having to render all that tiled textures, and then having to render transparent objects on top of that, I feel like that could be the culprit. It's not something I'll run into when I make the leaf map, because the leaf map will be composed of buildings, and the game is designed to not render things behind buildings. So if there's a building there, it will block out half of that. So there's not really many situations that will be using this, except for maybe like the actual desert stage in the game might use a more open terrain setting like this. But even then, I feel like the frame drops are extremely minimum, and I'll work on it, see if there's something I can do. Maybe I can, this all uses 1 texture tile, so maybe I can have like a high resolution texture for the close bound stuff, but anything outbound, use a much bigger tile. Because that's the problem, it's the tiling, like it's got to tile hundreds of thousands of times for a terrain this big. So maybe I can use something that tiles much less than that for the background elements. So I still have ideas, but again, that comes much later when I'm doing free roam. I mainly just like to say, the slowdowns happen very infrequently. As you can see at the bottom, I'm still maintaining close to 90 frames per second most of the time, so the base game, fortunately, is pretty still well optimized, so it's just a matter of maintaining that through development. And I am aware for when I do get to free roam from building these test maps that it is not a good idea to use high resolution textures with high tiling for the whole map. Maybe use the high tiling for the parts where the character will be, and then for the very background elements, again, use something with much reduced tiles, so that way it doesn't cause any slowdown issues when it's loading this many. And obviously, when trees populate and things start to cover up, that'll also help too. Like if I were to put a wall right here, it would fix the frame rate because you wouldn't even be able to see the tiles in the back. So anyway, I'm just running on now while I wait for this battle to end. Who's gonna win? Hell, Sasuke's in Sharingan. Oh, he got a throw. But yeah. That's the game so far, and let me know what you guys think. It's I think it's looking fantastic. Is it narcissistic for me to say that this game, like I think it's fantastic. Like I think it's starting to look like an official game. Like it's becoming harder and harder to tell it's fan game, in my personal opinion. Obviously, there's still lots of fallacies, but anyway, maybe I'm feeling narcissistic. But I think it's looking fantastic and a lot more professional now that we have the polishing stage coming in. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Would love your thoughts and opinions. And we are still on track, and very much so, for Season 1 launching later this year. maybe sooner than I thought. The next stage is really after this are movesets. Like from here on, really the majority of the updates will be moveset related, because I think that's next on my list. Let me double check. Oh no, I have one more non-moveset related thing. I need to do menu transitions. Basically right now, as you see, when I go to a menu, it just kind of switches to the next menu. I want to have like a screen that fades to white and then comes back with the new menu. So I just got to create a fading system between scenes. And that's the last thing on my list before I jump into movesets. After that, I've got to do some animation work to fix some of the animations. And then from there, after those animation fixes, it's movesets. Those animations have to do with movesets, but they're not character specific. But after I fix those those animation issues, then it'll be character specific movesets. Then we'll get into jutsu, and then we'll get into after jutsu we'll get into the backgrounds, the maps, and then story mode, and then season 1 release. Like there's not a lot left. It's just the things that are left are big. But in terms of quantity, there's not a lot left, guys. Woo! I'm excited. Thanks all. Have a great night. Cheers.